Hello everyone and welcome to the RLBot Championship 2025. My name is Eastvillage and today I'm joined by CodeRed. Hello.
Hello.
And
Hello
also
everyone. Hello stream.
yeah, and also Malaki. Hey Mal.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Yay. I'm doing good. I'm
Yep,
excited.
I'm doing good. It's a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and it's good afternoon because we're going to jump into the hard-coded bracket today, which is a lot of fun. And
Yay.
I know it's there's a lot of people who think this is the best bracket, and yeah. I hope.
And they are right. They are objectively correct.
Yes, and I have some casters with me who agrees.
We are no bias casting here.
So, just in case people do not understand what's going on or don't remember or is asking where is Sia or something like that. Yeah, so there's two brackets. One of them is for the machine learning bots. The other one is for the hard-coded bots. And by hard-coded we mean you do a lot of if statements and manual programming, lots of math. So it's it's not just throw a lot of data at it and let it run. You actually have to think a lot here. I guess you also have to think for machine learning, but you're thinking about very different things. So that makes these two brackets very different. They're also different in skill level, and the skill level gap is now so big that we had to separate it into two brackets. But it's still a lot of fun, and these bots are very impressive when you know how much work that goes into these. And I'm sure CodeRed can tell us about that along the way, because you made the Red Utils, which now a lot of
I've made
CodeRed.
I made myself. I put so many hours. I don't even when I was working on Red Utils and bot stuff, it was like every time I would run into a problem with it, it would just take over that day. Like, I remember there were so many days when I was like deep in it where it was just like, okay, this is the problem. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm spending all day working on just that problem. I was deep in the trenches for a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on it in quite a while at this point. I'm a little bit separated from it now. But
there's so many interesting problems. Like anything can be done in so many different ways. Like, how do you get from point A to point B in the most efficient way? What even is point A and point B? Like, so many questions, so many things you have to actually implement. So it's a lot of work.
It's so fun.
And yeah, all that work you put in also paid off, because you are currently holding the crown with the king.
Crown.
A fitting name.
That's true. Yeah, not purposeful when I've named it, but yeah.
It was destiny.
I guess so.
But are you ready to play some matches?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because then I think we should jump into the first game here, which is Cerberus versus BB. And I'll let you guys do the casting and just sit and enjoy the show.
Well, for anyone who did not understand any of the technical stuff, to summarize what East has just said, I heard machine learning bots don't require any thinking. Hard-coded bots require all the thinking. So we are getting into
oversimplification. Great oversimplification.
There you go.
That's really good.
But we have Cerberus versus BBBot, and I believe this is 8th versus 9th seed, so looking to be a very interesting match, with the chat putting BB in lead at 97% of the bot coins voted. Granted, that's 4 people voting for BB versus 3 for Cerberus, so the rich people think BB is going to win. It is 2v2, and I believe BB uses red utils, which you can probably say more about than I can.
Yeah, so BB uses red utils. I think we've seen BB before. I'm not sure if it was in the last RLBot Championship or maybe some other tournament, but looks like it's already getting to a good start as it gets its first goal here. Cerberus, by comparison, is made in Python. It doesn't say if it was made in any utils, so maybe it was made in Gosling, or maybe it's just its own utils and stuff. Its own, made from scratch, which would be very impressive. But already 15 seconds here and BB's already got a goal.
Definitely. And one thing to also bring up is the presets being used by this bot, because I can't help but notice the absolute beauty of BB's car. He's got the clown topper. Is that the Australian flag, I want to say, or is that New Zealand? I can never tell the difference. But an own goal from Cerberus means it
Don't ask
doesn't
me, I'm American.
really matter. That is a fair point.
BB, another nice goal here. Cerberus, unfortunately, ungoaling on that one, but to be fair, it was at an awkward angle. It would have been hard to save it itself right there anyway. At least it made the attempt. Oh, it's got a free kickoff here. As BB, I guess maybe it was just a purposeful fake.
Oh.
And a nice shot. Is that in? Cerberus saves it. Very nice.
But it is important for everyone to know the format if they aren't aware. It is a best of 3 matchup, a 2v2, as I'm sure by now you will have noticed, as well as we have a mercy rule of 6-goal lead. So if at any point any bot gets 6 goals ahead of the opponent, which currently is looking more like BB will, we will see the match end early, as another shot just saved on the line. They're trying to slam it in, and finally BB number 2 getting his first goal. And I mean, it's a close matchup, but it's just so much in favor of BB right now.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with Cerberus. Assuming it's not made with utils, those speed flips, like it did a speed flip and like perfectly landed right in front of the ball to hit it, like to actually make that save, which I think is very impressive, knowing, at least for myself, adding speed flips to red utils that were not inaccurately used was definitely a challenge, so I'm very impressed by that. But BB getting another goal here, as Cerberus getting stuck on the wall a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, for those who are less technically inclined, I think you mentioned it earlier when you and East were talking, but the utils that some of these bots may use, such as red utils, are a collection of functions and other magical coding things that allow them to much easier calculate, rather than people having to write out all this on their own. Poor people like CodeRed have gone through and made it easier for people, giving them functions that let them, for example, aerialing's quite a good one, usually done by utils, as BB gets a 5th goal.
Yeah, utils provides kind of a base. In the case of red utils, when you get red utils, it just has all of the different like moves, basically, all the actions that you can choose to take. Your job is kind of to make the strategy from those actions. By default, it will just ball chase. That is also a bot that I don't think is in this tournament. I don't think I submitted it, but RLBot that's the default red utils bot. As BB seals this mercy.
Oh my god, we've even got a mercy graphic.
Let's go, mercy graphic. BB or Cerberus almost was the save there, but not quite able to get it.
And as I mentioned earlier, that is our mercy rule, 6 goals. I have a feeling, in the nicest way to Cerberus, that game number 2 probably going to end a very similar way, but maybe Cerberus will figure out some kind of defense. This is the only thing about the hard-coded bots, as we said. They are in a league of their own compared to the machine learning ones. Sadly, that league tends to be a lower skill league, so there's less impressive looking things, but overall, in my opinion, the hard-coded bots are more impressive when they do the cool things. As another shot saved on the line by Cerberus, and maybe Cerberus could be coming into this match fully now.
Alright, Cerberus, yeah. Cerberus, I'm very impressed. I think the thing with Cerberus right now, just that's BB's hard countering, is the fact that BB with red utils has some level of aerial play, versus Cerberus seems very strong, but is very much grounded. At least from what I've seen so far. So if Cerberus can get like a nice bit of possession, maybe it could convert into a goal here. But right now it's just being hard pressured by BB as it goes for another shot and yet another save. Ooh.
That's something else I've noticed. It's been a while since I've done any RLBot stuff, but I know in the past when I've watched and casted these 2v2 tournaments, it's team play a lot of the time. that works in the favor of bots. So you can see both of these bots currently on top of the ball a lot of the time, whereas a lot of the higher up bots, you'll see one of them doesn't necessarily stay all the way back, but it stays clear of the play to allow them to come in and help on that attack. But it's working for BB right now. Will it work further into the tournament? We don't know. BB though, getting a very solid 50 onto the crossbar, but he just about finishes that. I thought for a second Cerberus was going to manage a save there.
Yeah, I mean, that first Cerberus did save that hit, made it hit the crossbar instead, but the second Cerberus unfortunately missed the jump there to try to bring in the final save. Let's see if Cerberus can... Cerberus actually giving away the ball on kickoff, if it was intelligent, if you know, and it's really hard to do sort of intelligent kickoffs, really for hardcoded or machine learning. If it had, like, intelligent kickoffs, a really good one in this particular match would be to take that in for a dribble, because that would actually give Cerberus... Oh, wait! Oh, that was a good chance. That would give Cerberus a very good chance to actually have possession when BB isn't there. Because right now, BB's just in control of this match by just keeping it away from Cerberus. As we see another, almost goal conversion. Oh, it is a goal conversion as BB manages to put that in. Just continuing to hit the back wall as Cerberus is just kind of not quite sure how to get around that.
Yeah, and I mean, you do bring up a very strong point, and it is important to remember both for machine learning and hard-coded brackets that none of these bots can adapt in real time. They all have to follow, quote-unquote, for at least the machine learning one, their programming, given that it's not really programmed for machine learning, but they have to follow what they know. And that often means that we will see, like in the case of what appears to be happening here, that if one gets a mercy rule, they tend to keep going, because the strategies, unless someone has something coded to change up a strategy based on situations, there's no way to really adapt your strategy in real time to what your opponent is doing. So Cerberus will keep flinging these balls into the orange half on every kickoff, and BB will probably keep sitting there and just collecting the ball that it gets given.
Yeah, exactly. They don't really change mid-match. I see that. I remember seeing that as a... I don't think it's as popular of a misconception now, but a lot of people, I think, had that misconception about machine learning bots. Because it's like, well, they learn, right? So wouldn't they learn mid-match? And it's like, that's not quite how it works. BB getting another goal there as it's just taking a shot from midfield. And same thing with hard-coded bots, obviously, except to the extent that anyone is programmed... Yeah, like you said, like alternate strategies, which I know there's been some bots that have had more intelligent kickoff code that actually allows them to like vary their kickoffs and stuff. But most people don't do that. Most people are focused on making the main core of the bot strong and not working on external things like that. As BB locks in the mercy, Cerberus just unfortunately overcommitted a bit there, giving BB an open in that.
And this is where we potentially catch some people who don't watch much of Berrobot off guard with how fast the matches can go, because that is the complete best of three complete for match number one, Cerberus versus BB. Cerberus taking the L incredibly fast, 12 goals scored. It took what? We probably started 7 minutes past, so it took about 12-15 minutes, and match number one has already been completed. Now, any thoughts on that match, CodeRed?
Honestly, I'm actually, despite it being 6-0, I'm very excited to see Cerberus again in the losers bracket. I hope it goes against I hope it goes against a either a non-red utils bot or a bot that isn't so pressure heavy, because I would love to see what Cerberus could do with a bit of possession. Because it just didn't get the time to shine, but I saw their bits of very impressive potential, basically. Like, it just doesn't seem very good at defense, is, I guess, the main point.
Yeah.
I would love to see what it could do on offense. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, because BB, being a red utils bot, has the ability to put on a lot of pressure, as we saw
Definitely. And looking at the bracket, it faces the loser of match 7, which is, I believe, the final match of tonight. So very far down the line from now. But out of the 3 bots that it could potentially face after that, I believe Azure 5001, however you want to call it, is the only bot that isn't a C# bot, and I believe the only bot out of the 3 of them that isn't a Red Utils bot. So if we get the Azure versus Cerberus match, granted that will be next weekend, there may be a Python on Python bot there, but for match number 2, which hopefully has been set up in the background while we were doing that, we have Eastvillage versus Eastvillage with Beast from the East in Python versus Phoenix CS, which I would assume is made in C#, and I imagine is using Red Utils. Oh yeah, there we go. It's appeared on the screen.
I find it funny the like screen here that we've got Beast from the East. This like very nice synopsis that fits on the screen. And Phoenix CS as it just goes off the screen with all the information. I don't know why I find that so funny.
East, you didn't need to write an entire essay for the Phoenix description.
There were so many good things to say, though.
Here we go. East versus East. East, I feel like you're the best. I mean, I know you don't. You want to sit back and watch, and just watch as we commentate. But like, I feel like you got to give some words here on what you think is going to happen in this match, since these are both your. Oh my God, Beast!
I think Beast is going to score. I think Beast is going to score.
Yeah, so I can't say that. I'm not sure any of them has gotten any updates since last tournament, because we've been so busy with the version 5 of the framework. But I have been looking into a lot of new technology. I just didn't have the time to implement them. So I expect this to go the same it usually goes, with Phoenix winning. But as you can see, Beast is still not a bad bot. It's just sometimes it makes some slow plays.
Definitely.
Yeah, as you say that, Phoenix almost getting the goal there, but not able to quite get it in between the posts, as we got both Beasts clumping. Are they gonna be able to save this? It's like they don't need to.
I mean, maybe Beast is just feeling down because East has zero belief in its ability to win the match. Because you know, usually you at least go, yeah, maybe he could, but East was fully in favor of Phoenix is probably going to win this match. And honestly, I don't fully remember the last time I saw them play, but I do remember it being a Phoenix blowout, and a goal for Phoenix there, very well placed, is definitely going to be the starting sign of that, I think.
Is Phoenix CS inspired from Phoenix SC? I think that's a coincidence, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, that is totally a coincidence. It's super confusing if you're used to saying one and then have to say the other.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we have the Minecraft YouTuber Phoenix SC playing in the tournament today.
Surprise!
Surprise! And East made him? What?
And somehow he's losing to Beast. Well, I guess tying with Beast now, but at the start was losing to Beast.
Oh, it's fine. Phoenix doing some just having fun. Just having fun, just having a little bit of fun. As the other Phoenix comes in with boost, hits it very slowly, passes it to the other, passes it to Beast as he just puts it in the corner.
Yeah, and I think we'll see Beast very much enjoying holding back. I do remember that being something that it did like doing. If the other player had complete possession in their half, it would just sit back and take shots. But I think we may end up in a similar case of the last game, that Phoenix generally is better at aerials. East will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Beast doesn't really aerial at all.
Yeah, Beast does not aerial. It has one funky jump shot that misses 90% of the time. But yeah, no aerials.
Yeah, whereas I've already seen, and just seen then, Phoenix very easily jumping up. I'm not sure what those two Beasts were doing in the net, but this could end up going into overtime if Phoenix cannot manage to find the shot, because so far they've been lobbing shots, but none of them have really been that close, and Beast more happy just to sit back in its own half and take the weak wide shots.
Yeah, both bots, I can tell they're made by both like the same creator, because they both have very similar playstyles and being a little bit passive, I would say. At least just based on observations. Phoenix, though, just having the better mechanics should mean it should be able to convert things like this, but not quite, as it isn't able to get around Beast right there. I also can notice immediately that Beast... does Beast have team play, or does Beast... Because I just... I don't remember if Beast has team play. Does Beast have team play?
It does not know. Phoenix
Okay,
has a little bit, but I would also say it's more of a one spot.
Gotcha. Yeah, watching, I can tell.
Beast or Phoenix number 2 always rotating back when Phoenix number 1 has the ball.
Okay, I say I can tell right as both Phoenix bump each other.
That's true
a bit of
team play.
unfortunate timing. No, see, that was just morale. They wanted to bump each other.
Definitely, but I think that might be the game-winning goal. Just that I was gonna say, one goal may decide this, and he slammed it into the bottom right. Both beasts.
I really thought the other Phoenix was gonna save that. I really wanted to believe.
I think Beast's main issue is that it tries to slow down to, I'm assuming, match the ball speed or something whenever it gets nearby, which is great, except for when the ball is rolling very slowly in front of its own net and it doesn't clear the ball and just sits there and watches as Phoenix just slams it in. Although, it's that whole thing again, he could have sped up, he had the open downfield with no Phoenix there and instead decided just to sit there and watch, and that, I think, is what's going to cost Beast this game.
He's casting the game?
He's casting the game, it's incredible.
Wow, that's crazy. Beast, yeah, hesitating a little bit there, kind of doing the same thing you were saying as he was slowing down. Another situation where Beast could have gotten there, but Phoenix got there first, couldn't quite convert it. As Beast, now with possession, just decides to slow down and let Phoenix take the shot as a third goal is scored.
Yeah, there's not much more to be said there, really. You saw exactly what I was saying. Both beasts slow down. They really don't want to go for the ball, which in a game about scoring goals with the ball is not very helpful, and because of that, we will see a 3-1 victory in game number 1 for Phoenix.
Yay.
Yippee.
Alright, Beast. Come on, Beast. Lock in. They call you Beast for the East for a reason. Come on, Beast. Actually, score-wise, Beast didn't do that bad. 300, 200 points versus 400 and 180. I mean, that's pretty close.
It is important to note that a lot of those points did come from the fact that Beast was sat in net the entire time getting saved, so never really had much of an offense going, which in a game about scoring the most goals is usually helpful.
That's true. That's true. And, like, unfortunately, I would say, well, you could still hope for an overcommit from your opponents, but Phoenix also likes having one person back, so I don't think that's going to happen here particularly often. As Phoenix, ooh, a nice attempt at a shot there, but does not manage to get it in. As this could be an opportunity.
Oh,
come on, Beast! You got an open net! No! Beast, come on! Come on! No!
Oh.
Unfortunate. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good hit, and I don't think Beast is going to jump for it. Oh, and it hits the post and they miss! East, I've got a job for you. Can you make your bots shoot between the posts, please? I know it's a lot harder than just doing it. But
yeah, that's a big ask. I'll look into it.
It's very tragic when it goes from one post and then slams it straight into the other.
But yeah, I don't think that's to be fair, I'm not sure if that's entirely East's fault. Oh, Phoenix! Very nice shot there. I was gonna say, I don't think that's entirely East's fault, as I mean, I know you've modified some elements of red utils here, but Phoenix is red utils, at least partly, and, you know, the shooting code, I don't know how much you've modified it, but the shooting code is, you know, mine and definitely hits the post sometimes, so...
So what I'm hearing is it's your fault.
It's my fault! It's my fault! It's only my fault!
Ooh,
no, I don't want to take credit.
Oh.
This is still Eastbot. As I say that, Phoenix puts another one away, as doesn't miss that. manages to get that just inside the post.
East in the background slowly tweaking some numbers to make it shoot slightly further towards the center of the goal. It's the only answer to how that one went in.
Damn, that could have been a... Here we go. Come on, Beast. Okay, not bad. Okay.
Oh.
Well, this could be an opportunity.
No.
Oh, Beast turns away. Yeah.
Why does Beast want to play so defensive? It feels like there have been many opportunities now where Beast has either... I know the snail speed is a bit of a bug, he said, but like there's been so many opportunities where Beast could have just pushed an attack and got a goal, and now I'm feeling like it might be going for the own goal, but it's a good goal line save. It's not the fastest, but it is a save at the very least, but a miss and an open net, and that gives Phoenix 3 goals, 3 minutes 4 left on the clock.
I feel like, to be fair to Beast, since it is a 1v1 bot, its strategy of being more passive is probably more likely to work in a 1v1 against a bot, since, you know, you only got one bot to wait for an overcommit from. Versus with a 2v2, you could wait from an overcommit from one person, but then there's still the other bot you have to hit it past. So I don't think its passive strategy is working particularly well here, unfortunately, but it wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't a 2v2, I think.
Oh, definitely. I've seen Beast absolutely rip it up in 1v1 brackets, and I don't know if you were paying attention to Phoenix in the past, like, 20 seconds, but he just seems to be styling now. He's just going up into the air, flipping around, going for some weird aerials, none of them really amounting to much, but it really wants to get a funky aerial shot, but it doesn't need one as it finally slams one perfectly center. No post involved whatsoever from downfield. There's just the double commit from Beast, and that's how you can tell it's a 1v1 bot, let's be honest, because it doesn't like pushing up, and when it does push up, it pushes up both at the same time.
Yeah, it's really a miracle if both bots happen to push up in a way that it doesn't result in something like that, where it's just like, oh, oops, both of us are upfield, and wait, Beast, no! Unfortunately, the miss there as it kind of I mean, I think it just had a bad timing on the flip, as it just happens to flip just a little bit too far and not quite able to convert, as both Beasts here kind of both dribbling. Ooh, very nice save.
And to talk a bit about a strategy potentially against Beast that seems to be unintentionally happening with Phoenix, is the first shot always hitting the post seems to pull both Beasts out of position as they try and block the ball coming in, and then obviously because both have pushed for it, there's now no one in position to save a follow-up shot, which I'm going to assume is not an intended strategy from Phoenix, but at the very least is working. So if it isn't broke, I guess don't fix it right now.
Yeah, don't fix it during the match. All right,
the best
Beast.
Put fixes though.
Best on. Beast. Oh, looked like that could have been a good opportunity to push it out of their half. Another opportunity here as it gets past one. Beast going snail mode. The other one jumps over them. Oh, manages to get over. Pre-flip, misses. Phoenix hits against the wall to the other Phoenix, who hits it against the wall to the other Phoenix, who actually it's the same Phoenix. And a pass to the other Phoenix, gets it downfield. Beast, both in net. One of them goes out, misses. Other one flying out of the net. As Phoenix still has possession. Beast takes it out. Other Beast jumps, flips. Phoenix, open net, save! What a save! Phoenix, another pre-flip. Beast manages to flick it. Phoenix, a little bit of a miss there. Both Beasts have possession, snail mode! Beast manages to get past. Sorry, I'm having too much fun just like trying to keep up with the gameplay.
The
right.
high octane gameplay we get of the
High octane gameplay. Yeah, I can keep up. See, I can go caster mode with gameplay at this speed. As Phoenix manages to get it, actually Beast manages to get it centered. What am I saying? Unfortunately, no goal. As Phoenix manages to lock in the win.
That is series number 2 completed now. Obviously, we're not going to say that was the most incredible gameplay anyone's ever seen. but it is always important to note, especially in the hard-coded one. I mean, I think East kind of said it earlier when I was joking about him saying that machine learning takes no thought, but hard-coded bots are very much an active process of tweaking numbers, testing code, making sure it all works. Machine learning, I don't fully understand machine learning. I know it's a lot of maths and you just set it off doing whatever it do. Whereas hard-coded, you have to think about all of your cases and make sure they know what's going on in the field, which lends to a lot lower skill level for the bots, but it always, in my opinion, makes when they do fun stuff infinitely more impressive.
That is true. Yeah, I feel like hard-coded bots, it's like it's easy to look at them and be like, "Oh, they're not very good. It's not exciting gameplay." But it's like seeing them do anything cool, it's like, "Damn, that just happened to like really work out in that case when you've got, you're programming here, putting in the code, and it's like, I don't actually know how this is going to work, It's like getting it to even do anything somewhat impressive. Like most bots, it's like you've got a lot of math involved, a lot of physics and stuff that you have to like understand, and like, well, not necessarily physics, I guess, with ball prediction, but like a lot of math certainly, even to just do it, make it do basic things. So like when you see like, for example, if Beast does a flick, and it's like, that's like, damn, it got it right. It managed to, my code actually worked. It's like that every time that actually happens. It isn't like, wow, for once it hit a flick. It's like, damn, it got a flick. Let's go. Like, at least that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean that's very similar. I mean, obviously I haven't coded many bots, and when I did, it was honestly years and years ago now. But it was always the most simple mechanic ever would get done, and then you are celebrating like mad because it's finally done it. But either way, while we were talking, series number 3, KoromoBot versus Xasthur, has been fully set up. Once again, it is another RedUtils bot versus a Python bot. I'm sensing a theme here. Hopefully this time Xasthur will be the winner, because in the nicest way, I don't want all the CodeRed or all the RedUtil bots to actually be the winners. But that is an attempted aerial already from Xasthur. Maybe we're seeing an increase in gameplay here from the Python bots.
Wait, they're all CodeRed? Always has been.
Oh no.
Oh, looks like that was a good attempt almost to get that in. Oh, okay. Here we go. KoromoBot with a very nice long shot. I just realized for some reason I mixed up which one was C#. I was feeling really impressed by by what I thought was the Python bot. Now I'm less impressed. I did not. It's my utils, but it's just like, oh yeah, okay. That's more like, oh yeah, that makes sense because it's a red utils shot. I've seen that before. Oh, KoromoBot going for an aerial there, as it's almost in.
What a save!
KoromoBot.
I will say from your comment about the RedUtils as KoromoBot gets a second goal, it's almost the Obama giving himself a medal meme, where you're like, oh, that was a really cool shot by the bot using the utils that I coded,
Yeah. Also, I want to comment on someone else. I think it was Eldest saying, I think the commentators are used to old RLBot v4. You know the game's already in like 5 seconds at most, right, guys? And I was saying, yes, but we just like yapping, so...
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't touched RLBot in God knows how long, so I didn't realize they were done that fast, but I am very much used to, anyway, everything goes wrong on an RLBot stream. If there is a stream where something doesn't go wrong, it's weird, as KoromoBot gets his 3rd goal of the game. But yeah, I'm used to the much slower, older versions of RLBot, and especially the versions with Robbie activated, but, one day we'll see that return.
One day. Alright, KoromoBot looks like to win the kickoff as the other one going for an unnecessary. Puts it center. Ooh, okay. Xasthur going for a nice aerial there. And managing to block that shot. This could be a good opportunity. I think that Xasthur was going for an aerial there, but a little too far away. As KoromoBot, oh, almost.
Oh!
Wait, no, it still manages to do it. As it goes for sort of a... Like, I know, technically speaking, that was a RedUtils aerial. Like, I know that that's what it was doing, but like, what do you even call that? It's like almost a ground pinch.
I'm thinking flop shot is a nice name for it because he tried the aerial, he flopped on the aerial, landed on the ball, and got a goal. I feel like it's a hard one to describe because it meant to do that, but no one expected to do that. But that is a beautifully hit shot. Sadly, just wide. Both defenders jumped, and he's got the same problem. Have you just made it so your utils make all the bots that use it hit the post, so that then you can tweak it? But Azure, oh no, it's just a common bot problem.
It's not my bot. It's just every bot. I don't know why. I think genuinely, I think a reason why it happens a lot is, well, okay, this isn't Gosling, but Red Utils has the same thing where like it tries to aim for a spot in the net that's like easiest to shoot at, if that makes sense. Which ends up being a spot kind of near the net is where it's aiming a lot of the time. Or sorry, not near the net, it's in the net, hopefully. It's aiming for a spot in the net near the post a lot of the times, which just results in, unsurprisingly, hitting the net, hitting the post a lot of the time. As KoromoBot,
you would aim for the widest angle, like if you're on the side, you would aim for the opposite post.
Yeah, and you can change that in Red Utils, or I mean, you could change it in Gosling to make it always aim for the center of the net.
Yeah.
But most bots don't do that, and I think the result is a lot of post hits. And even if it was aiming for the center of the net, it's like sometimes it just hits the net. Oh my god, I keep saying net instead of post. I cannot. Sometimes it just hits the net. Sometimes it hits the post. It's just how it works. That's just how it goes sometimes.
But someone asking in chat, as we do get a mercy rule instantly interrupting me, KoromoBot, is this trained or programmed? All of the bots that you will see today are hard-coded programmed, meaning someone went through with a trillion if statements to make an AI that tries to play Rocket League. Most of the time, it does it to a decent level. It's never top echelon Rocket League, like you'd expect with machine learning, but they are impressive nonetheless as, I mean, we head towards game number 2. Do we think game number 2 is going to be any different than game number 1, given that it was a 6-0 mercy?
Realistically, probably not, but I have hope Azure could at least get maybe 1 goal. It does seem pretty decent. It's got aerials, it's got some plays, it managed to make some counterattacks last game, even if none of them worked out. But unfortunately, that's not looking super good right there as Azure gets something towards the other half, but KoromoBot managing to instantly counter and get on their half as Azure just trying to get it out. Looks like they're just kind of hitting it, ping-ponging it back and forth. It's also worth mentioning related to the hard-coded versus machine learning, trained versus programmed thing. But yeah, so it is, in my opinion, way more impressive seeing what the hard-coded bots can do, because it's like you have to keep in mind that everything it's doing had to be considered for and programmed for, it involves a lot of math. Because of that, the skill ceiling for hard-coded bots, at least right now, I shouldn't say skill ceiling because they could probably go higher, but the max rank for these bots is right about the low point for machine learning, which is something I find very interesting. The hard-coded bots, at least estimate-wise, go up to Plat, and then machine learning bots start at Plat and go all the way up to SSL. So that's actually why we have two separate, sorry, really quickly, that's also why we have two separate brackets, exactly for that reason, because we would just end up with, perfectly one half of the bracket being the bots that are going to lose because they're lower than Plat, and the other half being the bots that are going to win because they're higher than Plat.
Definitely, and it's also the case for machine learning, it's a lot easier to get the harder to measure metrics like positioning and rotations. They're a lot easier to figure out, because if you train a bot in 2v2 on its own for God knows how long, at some point it is likely to figure out some level of rotation, whereas in hard-coded you've got to programmatically define rotations and positioning, which is generally quite subjective in different situations. You can't say any one position is the best position to be in as KoromoBot goes 2-0 up. And I think we are headed towards another Mercy in this game.
Well, that's possible, but it is worth mentioning we've gotten 2 goals in 2 minutes. So at that rate, we'll get 5 goals, not 6 in the 5 minutes. So maybe Xasthur has a chance of holding on without getting mercied. As Xasthur has a chance to hit this out of their own half. KoromoBot turns it around, but that's over 1. But the other one's back. Let's go for an aerial. That might be a good opportunity. Both Xasthurs, I think, are just going back, and okay, looks like they can manage to get to it.
But it's a close game nonetheless. As much as the important thing to note is it's an issue that I see quite often with, let's say, when a team sweeps in a series and they get like 1-goal games in the entire series. It wasn't not a close game because it was a sweep, in the same way that this isn't like a massively blowout game as much as KoromoBot is decimating. The bots themselves are still relatively close, and all it takes is Xasthur to maybe jump a few more times or just slightly change what its strategy is, and it could very easily flip the entire match, in the same way that if a bot completely blows out one bot, it doesn't mean when they face the next bot that they're going to win. And similarly, if a bot wins against one bot, there's no guarantee that a bot that bot beat can then be beaten, if you know what I mean. It's not a case, it can very much be rock, paper, scissors. That's a horrible way to describe it, but some bots just inherently counter other bots, and it's hard to tell until you face the bots off against each other.
Yeah, I feel like with red utils in particular, it counters a lot of the, like, you know, no utils Python bots a lot, because very often, one of the things that you won't get to is, you know, you might get aerials, but you won't get, like, double jumps or high jump shots and things like that, versus red utils goes for that a lot, and goes for them very often. So you just end up with a scenario where it's like, you're just getting beaten to the ball most of the time, and it's just too much pressure to handle most of the time for these bots. Not that in a scenario where it's like, you know, it's like they've still got the skills to, in their ideal scenario, possibly score on the other bot. It's just the other bot manages to get to its more ideal scenario faster, if that makes more sense. As you're actually getting a good scenario here and manages to score. Let's go.
I was going to say, yeah, my usual example is of way back when Kamale versus Berrobot, because Berrobot would always try and get the ball on top of its car to dribble, hence I'm assuming the name, versus Kamale, who always double jumped for the ball, which meant that quite often the ball would be bouncing over towards Berrobot and Kamale would just jump up and hit the ball away. And I think that's a very similar thing to what we see here as it goes to 6-1, one away from our first Brazil of the night, which is definitely something to keep note of.
Yeah, but that does mean that even, you know, if it's a Brazil, that does mean that, you know, it's not like KoromoBot let it have the Brazil, let it get the goal to have a Brazil. That means Xasthur was managing, you know, it's more evidence that this match, even though it was a sweep, is closer than you might think. The fact that Xasthur was able to get a goal in, as KoromoBot just continuing to put on relentless pressure, as it almost manages to get that in, but not quite. Another opportunity here, and it manages to
no!
again. Classic red utils as looks like that's a goal.
Those long shots, just where it flips like what, half second after it hits it, and it just, I guess as soon as it hits it, where it just lobs it up and over the field, is incredibly dangerous. It seems like I don't think it missed any of those, and at no point did Xasthur have a response for those. But as we can see in chat, it has been the Brazil victory. That is game number 3. A game next up that I am very much looking forward to. King, made by some little known guy named CodeRed or something like that, versus BB, who we've already seen. It is red utils versus Regutils for the first time tonight. And I believe King is the #1 seed in the hard-coded bracket.
Yeah, seems like it. I am, on the other hand, incredibly nervous for this. Every time I watch King play, it's like, I feel like if you're a hard-coded bot creator, you know the feeling where it's like, I don't know, man. I don't trust it sometimes. It's just like it feels like I'm rolling dice as far as like seeing whether or not it's actually going to decide to even though this version has been around for a while and it's like, you know, as we talked about, bots can't change, you know, they're set in stone, but it's still just like, man, sometimes I just don't know. Sometimes I just don't know.
Definitely, and I mean the other thing to note with the start of this match is I believe that puts us just past halfway through with the night. We have 7 matches, and this is match number 4. Sorry, no, sorry. The first game after the first game of this one, we are halfway through with the night, assuming that this ends in a sweep either way. But that is a beautiful start from King, and we see the more dangerous, or I guess more skillful Regutils jumps coming in now, because both bots can do it, meaning that both bots can attack and defend using it, as King just shoots wide, ready for the follow-up, hits the post. What are we doing
Let's go,
here?
King! Let's go! Post hits only! Yeah, so something about King, it is modified Regutils. It is, like, more... It basically sacrificed trying to be accurate for hitting the ball strong and never like not assuming it can hit it, if that makes sense. Because I found, you know, it still can't beat machine learning bots. But whenever I would test my bots against any machine learning bots, even the lower skill ones, it was always a case of like, you know, kind of like I was talking about with the difference between Regutils bots and like some lower level Python bots. It's like it just gets beat to the ball, you know? It's just like it never manages to get a touch in. And it's just like, and it's not like there weren't scenarios where it could. I'm like seeing scenarios where it's like, okay, you should be able to get a piece of that ball, but you're not going for it. You're not trying to get it. And so like I was just like, okay, it's just gonna try every time. And so King just does that. He's very confident he can try to get every ball, which leads to a lot of post-hits, but also some good scenarios, and we actually get to see some other new code I have in there, which, you know, didn't need for that scenario, but it does know how to dribble as well, which is not something Regutils has by default, which is very exciting.
It is very nice to see, but yeah, it is very much kind of what we saw with Beast earlier, where it played way too passive. Sometimes, even if you don't have a great hit, your best move is to just get any hit whatsoever to prevent any kind of shot or any kind of goal, as that rolls towards the net and is saved. And I think that is sort of what gives King a advantage against a lot of bots, because they want to try and line up the shots, like you said. And King just running in and absolutely yeeting the ball down the field can throw any bot out of position, like we see just there with Berrobot. Now it's on the defense with a great save, but King's already there and ready to score, putting it 2-0 up in game number 1.
Almost well, actually a pretty good save there by BB, but the other one just wasn't ready for the follow-up by King, as it manages to quickly get up for that aerial and lock in a second goal. But BB definitely still showing that, you know, it has some impressive feats, as it gets like a very nice long shot down there. This is not a blowout whatsoever, but King, with a very nice dribble, manages to get the 3rd goal. Right as I say that.
Is it cheating if you cast a curse in favor of your own bot?
That's a good question. I feel like it's not cheating if I'm cursing my own bot, you know, so that does worse. It's like,
ooh,
okay, ooh, a very nice goal by BB. As did King get a how did
I think it was a pinch, yeah.
Yeah, it managed to somehow pinch it with BB, just not quite in the net. But BB manages to lock in that last goal. As it's now 3-1. BB has a chance here. King going for a pinch.
Question for you here, CodeRed. Does
Yeah.
King at any point vary its kickoffs, or does it just always follow the same kickoff strategy?
It's the same kickoff strategy every time. It knows, left goes and, when to go for boosts and stuff like that, but it doesn't vary its kickoff. It has the same... In fact, I think it might be the same kickoff code that just Red Utils has by default. I don't think I edited it. Maybe I did. But, I actually probably did. Ooh, King! Oh. Almost a good opportunity there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
That's a beautiful shot there.
I'm like, aw, as King manages to get a goal in. I actually, I don't know, I was excited to see if BB was going to be able to hit that again, but King manages to get that last shot just over the BB as it almost managed to get to that, although it was kind of bumped into it. I don't think it purposely meant to go for that, but it still would have been cool regardless.
And someone mentioning an own goal counter. I don't know if you've been keeping track at all tonight, CodeRed, but I believe the own goal counter is at 1 currently. Someone may correct me if they have been keeping track, but I only remember 1 own goal so far tonight. Granted, it has been relatively one-sided all of tonight so far, but I think only 1 bot has own goaled, and I believe it was the Phoenix versus Beast matchup.
I feel like I remember an own goal from a different match. Oh wait, King, what are you doing, King? Okay,
going for the own goal counter.
They're just, yeah, we gotta increase that own goal counter. Manages to turn it around though with just a few hits. Oh, as King manages to lock in a 6th goal for itself. Yeah, no, I think we have had more than 1 own goal, but I only remember like 1 or 2. And to be fair, even to the ones that I remember them being like, because there's a difference between like an own goal and like a, I don't know, an own goal that's technically an own goal, but like was definitely trying to be a save.
Ooh, good shot. And that's Mercy as well.
As we get another Brazil, back-to-back Brazils, no? As King manages to get that.
I will say we didn't really get much time to talk about it because we went so quickly from 6-1 to 7-1. But that pass on the 6th goal for King, I really like that, where it took it into the corner and then pinched it slightly on the wall to give it that speed to come around. I don't know if that's an intended feature that you've written in or whether that's just pure random chance that it pinched it off the wall, but it was a really nice pass to get it across in front of the net.
Yeah, so see, that's the thing. Remember I said about rolling dice? Yeah, that was just luck.
Yeah, I figured it probably was because that is a very weird kind of pass to go in. But you could have made yourself seem incredibly cool though, and just gone, yeah, that was an intended
yes,
feature.
that was all calculated. Yeah. It's funny. It's like when people like it is very true when I say like with a hard-coded bot, you really have to specify everything it does, and at the same time, you also don't. It's like you have to specify the scenarios at which it will work, but you can be general about it and end up with, oh, okay, BB getting the first goal here, cutting me off as it manages to get it over King. If your bot, if its code works in a lot of different scenarios and just does whatever it can, you can end up with a lot of different things happening from the same code, like a pinch off the wall, for example, from just a simple jump shot code.
Yeah. It's I was gonna say, it is always nice to see the slightly unintended but still very, very cool features that can come out of however you code your bot. But King slowing it down there, I think BB slightly overshooting, maybe expecting just a very fast shot to come in, but King slams on the brakes as it's coming in to properly line up this shot towards the middle and nails a very, very good equalizer now.
Yeah, same thing there. It might have been, actually, you know what? I bet I know what happened. This is the only scenario where what it was doing there of slowing down was actually purposeful. Either that was accidental, or it thought it could go for a dribble since it felt like it had possession, and it was trying to start a dribble, but hit it too hard, and then it was like, oh, okay, I'll just go for a double jump shot then.
What a shame, I missed my dribble, got a goal instead.
Yeah.
But BB managing to bring it. And this is what I was saying about how just a single change can flip an entire match on its head, because we saw a Brazil from King, and now game number 2 it is currently 2-1 down. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it can go either way.
it can for sure. Like, as I was saying, you know, when you write code and you've got these certain routines and oh, damn, King getting that second goal for itself as it ties it up. It's like you end up with things where it's like just unintended things working out or not working out can make the difference from game to game, where it's just like the code is just happening to find, the bot's just happening to find all the right times and spots to use its stuff, or it's not, you know, and that can definitely turn a game around. As King turns this game around and manages to make it 3-2 as it's back up in the lead.
It's just great pass after great pass, and I think that's what's currently deciding this game, is which side can get the, I don't want to say cooler, better pass is probably the nicer way to describe it, of where they manage to beat out one or more of the opposing bots, and it's just coming down to the passes, I feel like. Although I'm saying that, and that is just a beautifully placed shot with, I guess, technically an assist from BB, but it was an attempted clear that didn't go as well as they hoped.
Yeah, BB unfortunately no boost there, just going for, kind of panicking a little bit, going for double jump shots, trying to get it out of its, you know, goal area. But King coming in with full boost, just slamming in an aerial and managing to make it 4-2. As King has an opportunity here, but BB manages to get it over one King. King going for a flick, as both BBs double commit, and this is an opportunity for King. And no converted goal there, bring it into the corner instead, as it slams it above to hit the ceiling. And BB center, both BBs unfortunately with the whiff, as King manages to put in a 5th goal. I think the main difference. Yes. Yeah, it is. It's the post again. I was gonna say, I feel like BB. Well, actually, one of the BBs had full boost there, but I feel like BBs are just not quite having enough boost and are not, because they're not rotating quite as well with each other. They're not getting the opportunities to hit the boost, to get boost. They're just kind of both, you know, going for the ball most of the time and ending up with going for touches with no boost, but works out in that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need boost if your opponent bumps you up to supersonic speed. That's all of the fun of boost without the requirement. One thing I do want to see, someone mentioned it in chat earlier and I wasn't sure what they're meaning, but I have noticed it finally on BB. On these kickoffs, it is going wild with its wheel wiggles. I don't know, I'm assuming that's a red utils thing. As another goal goes in, you'll be able to see what I mean in a second. Just keep an eye on BB off this kickoff.
Alright, I will. I don't think it might be a red utils thing. I don't really remember. But BB does have an interesting kickoff here. No wheel wiggles. It seems like it very consistently doesn't go for kickoff. Oh, wait a minute. It's a good opportunity for BB. Very nice. 4th goal for BB. As King, what a redirect. Incredible pass. And BB just slams it in.
Yeah, just keep an eye on BB on this kickoff if it goes to him. Oh, what? I must. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There we go.
It's just one of the BBs. I guess it's trying to go back towards net or something. I don't quite know why it's deciding to go both ways. But BB almost bringing it up to 6-5 in favour of King. Not able to finish off the shot. It's very much a very different game number 2. Still in favour of King slightly, although shots, they're flying towards this blue net, but not able to capitalize. How did he not get the boost there? How did he
what the heck was that? Oh!
Let's on to the goal count.
King just like going, like I don't know how else to describe it. It was just continuing to go for the ball and get touches in. Unfortunately was not able to get it in by itself, but BB unfortunately pinching it into its own net. Oh wait, will the fake work out here? Nope. King slams it into the corner. as goes for this aerial with what?
I think our boost
Is the boost counter not working? What's going on?
What the rigged?
Rigged, bro. I was like, I was like, King, why are you going up for that? You've got no boost. As it just like somehow has boost. I don't know what happened there.
I'm
I've seen this before in some other matches. There must be some kind of desync possible.
Ooh,
between
nice
the boost
flick.
meter and the actual boost.
Yeah, it was very strange. I was like, what's going on? How do you have boost for that?
Someone saying in the chat boost is bugged in replay and spectator. Yeah, you can kind of see it because if you look at the boost counter above their heads, it is
like
showing
glow.
different numbers to, I believe, what their actual boost counter is. So one of them is probably right, as yeah, BB picked up that 100 boost at the end, but the counter on the actual or on the spectator view said he was still on 0. So I love when bugs like this crop up, but we may be seeing a double-digit scoreline in favor of King in this game, because that's the only way to reach the Mercy unless we run out of time before we get there. But we are so close to goal number 9, but a bump prevents a shot from going in.
Unfortunate. As King boosting with 0 boost.
Let's
I know
go.
what happened, but King managed to turn this around. Will it be a flick? Flicks it over 1 as both BBs pinch it. And a nice hit downfield here, but it's straight to the other King, who gets instantly countered. BB with a nice opportunity here. Can't quite put it on net. As King puts it on net. Let's go. Oh.
I
Damn
was
it.
getting ready for the +1 to the own goal counter.
Yeah, another own goal. Let's go. King going for it again? Almost. Good attempt.
I mean, we're not going to see our double-digit scoreline, sadly. However, with 10 seconds left, not to call the game early, but I have a feeling this will be a 2-0 victory in favour of King as the time finally winds down. King, at least happily for you, he may have just gained 100 boost in midair, but he is winning the game, not getting the 9th goal.
No final goal for King, but it manages to lock in the win. But BB managed to put in a much stronger show here before losing. I mean, 4-8, that's pretty close. I mean, considering for bots, it's like that's pretty good. 4 saves, by the way, from BB number 1, as it was left playing defense most of the time, but it was happy doing it. It managed to get quite a few saves in there.
Definitely, but as we go back to the bracket, I am going to disappear for a short time, and East will be replacing me because it is 6:10, and I still need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. So I will probably not be here for the next game. Hopefully, I will be back for game number 6. So I will see you in a bit.
Okay.
Yes, see you. But yeah, wow, that was actually fairly close match. That second one. I mean, considering that the King is seeded number 1, I mean, maybe... Are you starting to get nervous?
A little bit. I said I was nervous before the match with BB. You know, that 7-1 helped to reassure me a little bit, but 8-4, I mean, I don't know. That's making me a little bit nervous, especially... I mean, I don't think the seeding is 100% accurate, considering BB was seeded below Cerberus. But BB still seeded the lowest out of all the Red Utils bots. Makes me worried to see what other Red Utils bots might have in store for King.
Yeah, BB was seeded in the gold bucket together with Koromo and Phoenix and Cerberus. And then it was shuffled after that. But yeah, that's a good sign that the hard-coded skill range is a lot smaller than you actually think.
Yeah. Very true. I feel like the estimates for King being plat, like, I don't know. I don't disagree. Like, I have a hard time disagreeing with people because it's like mechanically, King and a lot of Red Utils and a lot of other bots in general. I don't want to just say it's my bots. A lot of bots in general, hardcore bots in general, have very impressive looking mechanics. But it's kind of like a plat who can do really good at mechanics but can't actually rotate. It's like. They don't. in practice, I don't think an actual plat would lose for very long, at least against King or most bots, just because they would learn to counter. You know, like we said, like we've been saying, bots don't really change. It's very easy to figure out a bot's like play style and counter it. I feel like.
Yeah, and you mentioned two good reasons why it's so hard to actually pinpoint the rank of a bot, because the mechanics can be a way higher rank than, for instance, the rotationing and positioning. So already there we have a discrepancy, but then at the same time, it's locked in, they don't really adapt. So a player will just start to exploit something and can easily beat it on the second try. So
yeah.
Do you use the first game? Do you use the second game? Do you use the mechanics? Yeah, that's not really a good answer.
Yeah.
Wow, these guys talk for so long. I managed to go downstairs and start dinner, and they're still talking.
Wow. Wait, you have dinner?
No, I've not had it. I've planned out
okay.
what I'm having for dinner with my dad. I
okay.
also have a new caster with me. If you guys, the people in chat can't see it, but if you guys look at caster chat, I came back upstairs with a dog because he decided to follow me. So we now have an extra caster who may at some point bark. Just as a warning.
Nice. What's the name?
Ted.
Hello, Ted.
Let's go, Ted. Hello, Ted.
But yeah, let's stop yapping and jump into the next game. Xasthur versus NoobBlack. And we did see NoobBlue in the last tournament. Black is the newer version, and from what I understand, it's actually really good. The strategy might be simple from what I've seen, but it's able to compete with bots like Botimus. So
I'm very excited to see NoobBlack, because basically it's a high-level bot, pretty high-level hard-coded bot that isn't red utils. So we can have, you know, a different representation here, in the high-level hard-coded bot.
A new type of miss post-hit.
Yeah.
So far,
but
neutral.
We'll
Xasthur lines up a good pass here in front of the goal. The teammate is not ready to receive it. It comes in now. A bit of a double commit.
Oh, here we go. Turns it around.
NoobBlack staying in goal and now finally clearing it away. And the other NoobBlack is ready to score, hits the post. We are still
very close.
Only hitting the posts.
Oh man, I can't pronounce Xasthur.
Xasthur.
That's how you pronounce it? I'm gonna be very bad at pronouncing that. Xasthur manages to hit it off the wall and get a nice shot, but NoobBlack with a very nice clear. This is gonna be tough. Xasthur, I've seen Xasthur before. It is a very good red utils bot in general. Like it's it's very fast from what I've noticed. Oh, NoobBlack getting the first goal here. This is going to be a very tough game for NoobBlack against a pretty high-level red utils bot here, but we got a double commit right as I say that, as NoobBlack manages to get the first goal in. This is going to be a very exciting match, I think, to watch between these two bots.
Yeah, we're going to learn a lot about NoobBlack just from this game and how it compares to the red utils and a bot like Xasthur. But I can see that it is indeed using the classic Scumclass strategy that many of his bots use. One of them is sitting back in the goal for most of the time, while the other one is on offense, and then they switch. So they have a constant goalkeeper, and that means they might have a weaker attack, since they can't put on the same pressure. But on the other hand, they are really good at making these shots.
It is notable also that though it does seem like they stay rather far back. Wow, another goal for NoobBlack. It seems like they do stay rather far back, you know, basically a dedicated goalie. They also know when the other person's rotating back, you know, going to that position, and the other one manages to go forward while doing that. Which is, I remember BroccoliBot had a similar strategy of one person being in net, but that was 3v3 to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't really figure out that person was in net or was going to net until they were in net, which led to, you know, not having one person on the ball all the time. But NoobBlack seems to be a little bit more intelligent than that, as one NoobBlack, unfortunately with no boost, gets pretty hard countered, but Xasthur actually gets hard countered by a NoobBlack there, as we have another hit, but unfortunately the other NoobBlack is all the way back, so no follow-up there.
He's coming in now.
But actually,
Oh, close. Xasthur coming in there with an aerial to save that shot and preventing the goal. Oh, and now NoobBlack misses the shot. The other one saves it on the goal line, and that's a post and in from Xasthur.
Very nice shot. NoobBlack almost, well, does manage to save that, but Xasthur had full boost and was ready to counter it and manages to slot it just to the left of the right post.
So far, very, very even game. Also a very even kickoff here. Xasthur is first to the ball, but he arrives a bit awkwardly. You see NoobBlack leave the goal, and Xasthur is able to pop it over him. He had no boost.
This is something with bots in general, hardcode bots, well, actually not bots in general, hardcode bots especially, is when they decide to go for a ball, it's very rare that they'll decide to stop going for it based on the opponent's actions. At least my bots, it's if it decides to commit, it's gonna go for that regardless if later it should realize that the opponent's gonna hit it first. So in that scenario, NoobBlack was already going, couldn't quite get there in time. It could have theoretically turned around, but unfortunately a own goal there.
Another one to the counter.
NoobBlack was trying to turn it around, but couldn't quite.
But yeah, it's generally very hard to adapt to the opponent, because you can't predict what they're going to do. You can only guess, really. And I think you mentioned it earlier in the stream that sometimes with King, I mean, it just has to be optimistic, because otherwise it's going to get beaten, because if you have these close situations, if you're not going for it, then you will get beaten.
Yeah, Xasthur had a very nice shot there, but unfortunately was just off the post. NoobBlack, unfortunately not able to quite get those hits, as Xasthur gets a shot just outside of the left post, or inside the left post.
Could not have been any closer.
NoobBlack, so far, seems like it's got a lot of potential to do a lot of incredible things when it has boost. But at least right now I'm noticing, well, it is able to get boost a lot of the time, but Xasthur is able to be playing pretty damn fast and not give NoobBlack enough space, as NoobBlack, unfortunately there, again, not having any boost coming out of net, and unfortunately missing that double jump. Yeah, it looks like it just jumped a little too early after its flip.
Yeah, some boost would definitely benefit NoobBlack here. Again, a neutral kickoff. Yeah.
NoobBlack is now down. It was up, I believe, at the beginning of this game. So it's still, anything could happen. NoobBlack could definitely bring this back, but... Oh, speaking of which, this is a good opportunity.
Oh, yeah. There we have a nice
Very
goal.
nice.
The plan finally works out. Bang it onto the backboard, pick up a bit of boost. We don't see the boost here.
Okay, wait a minute. Was that there?
That might have just been a double jump, actually, even though it did pick up some boost.
No, I think it was a double jump, but Xasthur looked like it was going for a squishy save, which is crazy. Unless Xasthur has modified red utils to add squishy saves, there's no way that was a squishy save, because that's not in red utils. But Xasthur manages to get another goal here, as it had one, full boost. Manages to get that sixth goal now.
Beautiful.
We got 49 seconds remaining and 3 more goals to make up for NoobBlack.
Xasthur taking it to the wall, but then jumping a bit too early here. Not really making it into anything cool. Goalkeeper leaves the goal, and again, something goes wrong with those jumps, it seems. Maybe it's missing a tick.
Ooh,
there we go.
That's a good counter. Xasthur, this is unfortunate. Oh, manages to get the touch just before NoobBlack scores it. And NoobBlack overcommitting there.
The team bomb. No. Oh, okay. They just barely made it.
the team up actually worked out, I think, a little bit there. As well, it probably would have gotten there anyway, but Xasthur getting boosted a little bit forward to lock in that goal just before the end of this game. We have 14 seconds, unless NoobBlack can lock in and score 4 goals.
Yeah, perform a little miracle.
No way.
Yeah.
A pinch, manages to get past 1. It could be a good opportunity. Unfortunately, not quite in, as the last few seconds are gonna fall away. But NoobBlack, you know, almost getting a shot on net there. But Xasthur's gonna take the win.
Or at least, yeah, the winning game 1.
Yeah.
There's gonna be another game coming up right away.
Looks like Xasthur, based on the stats, was just able to put on more pressure, more shots. I wasn't able to figure out what the goal conversion was, but it seems like both bots, when they are on offense, are managing to convert goals pretty equally, and both, I believe, all bots in the match had 1 save. So I think it's just a matter of NoobBlack not, because it has 1 person back all the time, not able to put quite as much pressure on offense as Xasthur is.
Yeah, that is the huge risk. You have a lot of defense, but you then is also weaker on offense. So if you don't get ahead early, then yeah, you're just gonna start lacking behind. Good shot here from Xasthur, using the wall.
Unfortunately, NoobBlack just kind of jumped past the ball there. It seems like NoobBlack on defense kind of does something that I've noticed when I've also, you know, as I mentioned earlier with King, I'll just kind of, okay, just go for the ball, you know. I don't care how you hit it, just go for it. Sometimes that can lead to the bot going for balls that it actually can't hit, you know. It thinks it can, but it can't. Especially on defense, it's kind of hard to know how much it should panic, you know?
Yeah.
How much it should panic and go for something that realistically can't hit, but like, just in case it can, it should go for. Seems like NoobBlack panics a lot on defense and misses certain saves like that. But getting a really good opportunity on a counterattack here. Ooh!
Nice small
very
touch
nice
from
redirect.
Xasthur, yeah. Just barely touches it, but it means that NoobBlack does not get the follow-up. Now NoobBlack is
Oh, a
getting
demo.
demoed, Xasthur is getting demoed, and I think the ball is bouncing in.
Damn. I don't think any of those were purposeful, unless Xasthur also has demo code.
Wait, that was technically a pool shot, I just noticed.
Yeah, that was a pool shot, and then Xasthur demoed 1, and then NoobBlack came in for the save and demoed the one that I think got pool shot. Got the pool shot? I don't know, I couldn't quite tell. This is a good opportunity for Xasthur here. Will it manage to be able to get this extremely tight angle? Not quite.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Good second
Damn.
touch.
Okay, wait, this is a good opportunity attack attempt here, but NoobBlack, unfortunately, no boost, and just single jumps, unfortunately, under the ball. Xasthur here. Nice attempt, but NoobBlack hitting it really hard, and Xathur's not going to be able to save this, I don't think, as NoobBlack gets a second goal, no, a first goal for itself.
Yeah, very high
NoobBlack can
shot
easily
here.
come back.
Xasthur was trying to go up the wall to save that one, but either hit the post in a way it shouldn't, or maybe just realized it's not going to work. And then back down, and yeah, it was over.
Yeah, Red Utils often overestimates its ability to get onto the backboard to make a backboard save when it's in goal.
Yeah.
And so it leads to it kind of going up on the posts and oftentimes not getting there very well and just losing any attempt on saving the ball at all when it could have theoretically saved it if it just stayed in the net.
This single NoobBlack is putting on a lot of good pressure here though. So many attempts.
And a nice counter hit by NoobBlack. That's the benefit of having one NoobBlack back, is like if both Xathurs go up to try to get past the one that was playing offense, then you can end up with a good counterattack from the NoobBlack that managed to stay back.
Yeah,
But in
just
this case,
lob
none
it
of those
over them
counterattacks
both.
Just go in. Yeah. Ooh! A nice center. If the second NoobBlack was there, that could have been a goal.
But yeah, the rotations from NoobBlack actually looks really good. I wonder if they're communicating in order to coordinate this.
Maybe. NoobBlack again panicking a little bit there. It had the boost to do something there theoretically. I think it just jumped a little early.
Yeah, mid dodge or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to turn its dodge into a shot. And then say.
I think NoobBlack honestly would be improved a lot by just having some kind of check for waiting a second. Not a second. I'm exaggerating, but you know,
a few takes.
Seconds after a flip. Before it even attempts to jump, because it seems like it's wait.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
It's some messed up jumps. Like actually there it kind of messed up a jump a little bit too, by trying to jump while it's in the middle of a flip. But it doesn't matter. NoobBlack manages to convert a goal as one Xasthur manages to lose the 50-50 and the other one gets out of the net at the wrong time. As it's now 3-2.
Very close game. NoobBlack wins the kickoff. Doesn't really have the boost to turn it in. Xasthur with a counter attack. I think it's still a bit wide. Nice, it rolls up the post and in.
Manages to just get it in time as it hit it around the last NoobBlack and secured that fourth goal. NoobBlack, the one that's on defense, just needs to, if it can lock in and get those saves, I think NoobBlack would be really strong. NoobBlack getting that save there, but unfortunately Xasthur still has possession as it's going for it. Both Xasthurs are going for an aerial shot, and we managed to get a goal out of it.
I mean, that was essentially an air dribble, or I don't know, well, a bit late dribble pass. I don't know.
I mean, it was a pass, kinda. One of them thought, oh, I can go for this, I can get a second touch. And the other one was just like, why are you going for this? I've got full boost, I've got a much better shot.
Yeah.
And they managed to both make a touch. Oh, what a save by NoobBlack. Oh my god, and it almost got another save. See, that's the thing with going for, like, ambitious saves, is you sometimes get insane saves like that, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it almost got another save there. Like, it flipped out of the net and almost made it.
Yeah, that's shot onto the post, onto the bar to save it. How did you program that? Like, I don't understand. Are you
Honestly,
just taking any shot and hoping for the best?
Yeah, kinda. I bet it is something like that, seeing how NoobBlack sometimes just kind of jumps past the ball. I think it just kind of, and well, like that. I think it just kind of like, okay, the ball's kind of near me. I'm gonna go for it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay. Xasthur manages to get the goal in there. That was a crazy turn of events.
Yeah, we have so many bounces on the post and the bar. What is going on?
I don't even know. I don't know how the bot, frankly, I don't know how Xasthur was able to predict that as it manages to get that last goal. Ball prediction, I'm impressed that ball prediction was able to keep up with that, all those post hits.
Yeah, we have some good ball prediction, which the bots really benefits from.
Okay, NoobBlack.
Yes.
Let's go. Third goal. Just manages to get it underneath the crossbar as Xasthur hits it forward, not super strong, and NoobBlack manages to capitalize for its third goal. Again, like last game, 4 goals to make up with little time remaining. I doubt this is going to be a comeback, but NoobBlack definitely showing a very impressive feat, very impressive game overall.
And not giving up. Here we have another case where NoobBlack is going for one shot and then Xasthur is just a bit faster and ends up cutting him off just the last moment. It has happened so many times. I think it's actually most of the Xasthur goals that has been something close to this.
Yeah, and that's kind of what ends up happening when you have a bot staying that far back, is you end up with basically, if it doesn't challenge at just the right moment, it can easily manage to get hit around by the other opponent. But NoobBlack actually manages to get a last-second goal here, as it just takes a simple double jump shot to get it inside the net. I'm not sure why the Xasthur didn't go for a save there. Maybe it thought it was outside of the goal, but NoobBlack managed to get the 4th goal regardless. As the last few seconds are gonna tick away as Xasthur is going for one last goal.
Could have been a very good way to end.
Though realistically, it was going to hit the ground first, so NoobBlack definitely needed to touch that in order for it to continue with the game. But NoobBlack just hitting it, well, pretty hard, pretty good clear, and Xasthur not able to following it up.
Yes, and Maliki, are you ready to
I am
to
back
stand in
end
again?
ready. Yay.
Okay.
We have 2 more games, I believe, tonight.
Is Ted still here?
No, sadly he ran away
Aw.
shortly during game number 1. He
No.
isn't a fan of Rocket League, it turns out. It's real sad.
Yeah, this is so sad.
But what isn't sad? Stardust 2.0 versus Phoenix CS now. For one of the first times, potentially, the second time, because I knew Phoenix and Beast. This is 2 bots that I do actually know of before seeing their name in this tournament. So this is a great start. Stardust, one of my favorite hard-coded bots of, I guess, newer RLBot compared to a lot of the old bots. And Phoenix, as we've already seen, being Eastvillage's bot, so hopefully a very, very close game. However, my money is very much on Stardust here. Both C#, both red utils. It's going to be a good matchup.
I'm very excited to see this match as well. Stardust, I believe, was in last year's championship. It was a pretty good red utils bot from what I remember. Or Stardust 2.0 was in last championship, right? It was also a pretty good red utils bot there, I believe. I don't really remember too well, but we'll see how it turns out in this game. It's actually very impressive to me how many of the red utils bots from before got converted to V5 before this tournament. Oh, wow.
And that's why Stardust is my go. He can snipe from virtually anywhere, but it is a beautiful cooks a pinch. I mean, there's not much you can really predict on that one for Phoenix. You can't really expect all of a sudden the cooks a pinch across the field. And Phoenix showing potentially why they're one of my favorite bots going into this. They are aggressive, they are accurate, and they are strong.
Ooh, as Stardust gets another goal there. Phoenix actually got that save midair, and the other Stardust was already up and almost managed to hit it again. But the second Stardust comes in, locks in another goal. That is just inside the left post.
And I don't want to say this could be a blowout match. However, 2 goals in 30 seconds is an impressive feat, especially given how impressive both goals were. I have a feeling Stardust will likely keep up the level of aggression. Looking at Stardust now, obviously coming into this, Stardust is the number 2 seed, only beaten out by King. A prediction from you: how do you think they would do if they went against each other as Stardust slams in its 3rd goal within 1 minute and 5 seconds?
Well, Stardust is looking very strong just watching here, as it's playing very well, because the key with red utils, and I don't know how modified this is. It looks like it could be pretty modified, apart from just the strategy. But the strategy just itself looks very well thought out, where both Stardusts are coming in with very strong shots with usually quite a lot of boost. And so far, not too many overcommits, although I'm seeing one of the Stardusts waiting for boost upfield there, which is a little bit of a risky play.
How you play proper Rocket League, what do you mean?
Yeah. It's how you play properly. I mean, you have to wait for boost upfield on the opponent's half.
Exactly.
as Stardust has another opportunity here and gets a 4th goal as both Phoenixes trying to clear out of the corner, but unfortunately both double committing and not hitting it very strong as Stardust is just going to lock in that goal.
It's impressive. I mean, Flaming Fury should be very happy with Stardust, mostly because, you know, I was about to say mostly because I haven't seen Stardust slam it into the post instead of the net, and as I was saying that, Stardust slammed it into the post. But it feels like maybe it's just me being biased because I like Stardust, but it feels like a lot of its shots are much closer to the center of the net than a lot of the other bots that we've seen today. As another shot sent downfield and it hits the post, you know, I'm just not gonna talk about it because it's I've cursed it and apologies.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Stardust, well, looks like Phoenix actually had a little bit of pressure on there, as Phoenix finally has it out of its own half and has some opportunities to maybe turn this into a goal. But, oh, here we go. A nice pass center, but Stardust manages to save it. But we have some good opportunities. Phoenix, again, with more pressure on. Stardust manages to get the clear, and the other Phoenix isn't quite ready for a counterattack. Hits it to its own corner. Is Phoenix going to clear this? Tries, but Stardust has a good opportunity here if it has any boost, but no boost in the tank as they 50 it to the other Stardust, who gets kind of a weak shot, but manages to get it past both Phoenixes, as that is a 5th goal.
That's honestly impressive shooting there. It doesn't have to be super fast if you can beat out both opposing bots and neither of them have any boost to actually make it back. And I mean, Stardust now 1 goal away from the Mercy Rule. I kind of both want to see the Mercy Rule, but also want to see Phoenix actually manage to get a goal in. Ooh. Sadly, with a miss like that and a ball slowly rolling in, that is going to be the Mercy Rule that I think by about goal number 4 or 5 we figured probably would be heading our way in this match.
Unfortunately, yeah, the missed save there couldn't quite get to it. Stardust proving why it's the 2nd seed as we move on to the 2nd match.
Now, Stardust, I think potentially the most dominant first showing of any bot we've seen tonight so far. The next close one maybe BB versus Cerberus. It wasn't insane, but it definitely wasn't the closest match. And I think Stardust, I mean, I've already said I'm going to be biased in favor of Stardust because Stardust is probably my favorite bot in the hard-coded bracket. But I do think Stardust, if it keeps playing like it is now against all the other bots, stands to potentially win this entire bracket. And I should not have said anything.
When you say that, Phoenix gets a goal here, and I was going to say, yes, Stardust, very impressive showing in that first match, but it is worth mentioning Phoenix did get some pressure in that last match, and I felt like it could have maybe gotten a goal, and right to say that, I'm proved right as Phoenix manages to get the first goal of the game and is up 1-0 with only 20 seconds in.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully for the sake of Stardust, it can be turned around, as this 1 goal is never the end of you, especially if you've got a Mercy Rule, and especially if, like Stardust, you seem to almost always maintain possession in a lot of the scenarios.
It's true. Oh, but this could be another opportunity for Phoenix as, oh, it's not quite in. Phoenix going for like a, oh my god, almost a Doomsday dish there. Couldn't quite get around it as Stardust has possession, full boost, hits it, but Phoenix manages to get the save. Oh, but here we go. Stardust with a signature aerial manages to score that just past both Phoenixes, as both Phoenixes on the wall with no boost could not get there in time.
Definitely, and I think that is what is the difference maker here for Stardust. Whenever Stardust has boost, they are absolutely nailing a lot of their plays. When they don't have boost, I was going to say it's almost like they're muted, which would make sense if you didn't have any boost, but a lot of their plays seem to be relying on the incredible aerial accuracy that we have seen from Stardust so far as a double bump. But
Ooh, come on,
no one
Phoenix.
actually
Yeah!
back to defend it. What happened there?
I don't know. Stardust somehow both of them bumped both Phoenixes forwards and then weren't there to save it. I'm not sure why they didn't just immediately start going back. But regardless, Phoenix getting a second goal here. This is more impressive of a showing from Phoenix than I thought might happen. This is currently, Phoenix could theoretically win this match. This might be the first, well, I mean, it would have to hold on for 3.5 minutes, I guess. But this would be very cool, impressive if this was the first match that goes to a game 3. As Stardust, unfortunately, just can't quite get that in, and Phoenix gets the save. Stardust, unfortunately, a miss there, but cuts it just in time and manages to get it around the last Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, I felt like, I'm not saying East rigged it, but it does feel like a different Stardust has appeared on the pitch this time, still holding very competitive against Phoenix. And I mean, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. Sometimes you get the nice bounces in your favor when you want it. Other times it just doesn't all go your way. But Phoenix maintaining a lot of pressure here, and that is a very tight angle to manage to get in. It's a lovely pass along the wall at just the right speed for Stardust 2 to catch up, and he nails an incredible shot there.
What a tight angle there. As Eldis pointing out the commentator curse that keeps happening. As I just said, Phoenix has a chance of getting a win in this match. As Stardust, of course, after I say that, starts dominating. See, what you don't understand is that when Mal started commentator cursing, I need to start doing it. You know, it's like we have to one-up each other. We have to curse the other bot more. That's just like part of being a commentator. As I say that, that means Phoenix must get a goal. Have to get a third goal for Phoenix. I'm not even sure whose curse it is, but...
The universe must remain in balance. If we curse one bot, the other one has to be counter-cursed. But
exactly.
Right now, Stardust 4-3 in the lead. It is very much a closer game than the previous one. Hopefully, for the sake of Phoenix, it remains that way. However, even though it is this close, Stardust has had a majority of the offensive ball just cleared out. And, I mean, both of these bots, incredible bots. Both of them playing very well. Maybe a testament to both bot creators, the utils, everything. I'm going to compliment you here, CodeRed. I'm feeling nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are the kind of matches we love to see.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's unfortunately would have been a good opportunity for Stardust there, but neither of them there. As they bump each other, this could be a good opportunity for Phoenix. As Phoenix going uncharacteristically fast towards the goal. Has a good opportunity here, but Stardust full boost manages to hit it over the last Phoenix. And manages to get that 5th goal.
And the aerial was amazing. Both bots going for it once again. Stardust winning it out. Similar to what we saw with King of, it's just the speed of the commits. That is what is being the deciding factor currently. They are attacking slightly faster, I think, than Phoenix is. And it's allowing Stardust the advantage, even when shots like that hit the post and don't go in their favor.
This could be a good opportunity for Phoenix. Stardust manages to get the clear out, but Phoenix gets around one, has an opportunity to get around the other. Can it get it center for the other Phoenix? It's going center. Where's the other Phoenix? Oh, not there, unfortunately, as Stardust collects the ball and clears it out. Although rather weakly, but the second one's there. Is this in? Oh, almost a save by Phoenix.
I mean, it should have been a save. That should not have resulted in a goal for Stardust. And a reminder for the viewers, if you've somehow missed game number 1 or any of the other games tonight, 6-goal lead is what counts as a mercy rule. I don't think we're going to see it in this match. I think this one is a much closer one, although I do expect the Stardust win in our penultimate series of the night.
Yes, as Phoenix would need to score quite a few goals in this last minute in order to tie it up here. But Phoenix having a good opportunity here as it has possession. And the second one comes in with a nice shot, and a fourth goal is scored for Phoenix. The opportunity is there.
Jones asking in chat, what car is Phoenix using? I believe that is the Takumi RX. I don't think it's the base Takumi. It's the whatever the special variant of the Takumi was that got added ages ago.
Also, it's worth pointing out that there was another own goal, so we have to add that to the own goal counter that we're definitely keeping track of. 6,
I think. 5.
I don't know.
Oh,
wait a minute! Stardust helping. Yeah, we got another one. As Phoenix, with a nice angle there, manages to get it across the net, and Stardust, unfortunately, trying to go for the save, manages to put it in.
I mean, I said I expect a Stardust win. Maybe I cursed Stardust. I don't know. But right now, this series is incredibly close. With only 35 seconds left on this clock,
Ooh.
There is 1 goal in it, and both Stardust are pushed up, meaning this could go in favor of Phoenix, so long as it can get possession. Although Phoenix number 2 being demoed is not what you like to see there. It does mean we have...
Come on, back pass. Nope, the other Phoenix is not going. Yes, one last attack, as Phoenix does have possession, kind of, sort of, as it's being bumped. It's going to need to go fast here, but unfortunately Stardust gets past both, and Phoenix is passing it back to nobody, hits it across the net, and unfortunately that's going to be down as Stardust locks in the win for the series.
And that brings us to... I was about to say game 3, but we're not going to game 3 because it's Phoenix who needed to win. That brings us to the end of series number 6, I believe that is, meaning the final series of the night. We are going to be watching Berrobot versus KoromoBot, if I remember correctly.
Is it just me, or do a lot of the hardcode bots have poor boost management? It is not you. A lot of hardcode bots, I can say from being the creator of Red Utils, especially Red Utils bots, have poor boost management, and I think that's just due to the fact that it's hard to know when you should save boost, and so the result is just kind of assuming you should have to use it for most shots, and it leads to well, most bots being boost guzzlers.
I know ages and ages ago, I want to say it was... Yeah, I can't remember which bot it was because this was too long ago for me to remember now. But it's always fun seeing the bots when they put rendering up on the screen and you can see what current state they're looking for. And looking for boost is a very, very common one if you have more than one bot. Otherwise, it's usually... Or if you're just attacking, it's usually if you can manage to grab it while going for the ball. It's kind of the only way that you can actually manage to pick up boost. But the first shot of the game is sent wide by KoromoBot, and I think we're in for a very, very good final series of the night. Hopefully, although an open net followed by an open net miss, it wouldn't be RLBot any other way.
Yeah, we have 2 Red Utils bots here, Berrobot and KoromoBot. As Berrobot gets the first goal here, manages to get a nice aerial shot there over both of them. As the second one, unfortunately, was just backwards. Couldn't quite get the save there.
I cannot remember. Can KoromoBot aerial?
Yes, KoromoBot is, I believe, also Red Utils. KoromoBot beat... Who did KoromoBot beat? They beat Azure in the first match, or in their first match earlier. As KoromoBot, almost able to convert there. Not quite. As Berrobot collects the ball. Hits it up for itself. A nice aerial. Will there be a save? Yes. Or a clear. Berrobot, a good opportunity here. Just off the post. The second one coming in, but KoromoBot manages to hit it over. Both of them managed to hit it over. The last Berrobot manages to get a touch. As we now have another nice opportunity for Berrobot. This could be a goal as it hits it bottom corner and manages to secure its second goal.
I was so worried there that it was going to slam that ball into the post, but it's important to note here, Berrobot coming in as seed number 3. I don't quite know how seeding was calculated, but KoromoBot not far behind as seed number 6, so you would expect, based purely on seeding, that Berrobot wins this, although it is still going to hopefully be a very, very close match. Both bots written in C#, I believe both bots probably using red utils, because what C# bot doesn't nowadays?
Yeah, I believe they both say in their descriptions. I can look at them. Berrobot. Berrobot was actually first written in Python using Gosling and then ported to C# with red utils. So that's quite interesting. KoromoBot just says red utils bot that will kick your butt.
Well,
unfortunately,
right now,
well, it scored a goal right there, so
yeah. It is, however, still a goal down even with that, so I would not describe that as kicking your butt unless it's specifically on about people. Although, I'm going to just walk away. You know? I've completely cursed it. It is now equalised. KoromoBot getting a very, very nice open net goal.
Yes, it's now tied. Both bots have the opportunity to pull away here. As we have an even kickoff, a Berrobot quicker on the kickoff manages to get a third goal for itself. Hopefully we just don't have a bunch of kickoff goals here.
As someone who is waiting to have his dinner, I absolutely hope we have a bunch of kickoff goals.
All right, well, let's see if the commentator curse causes there to be no more kickoff goals. Nope. Looks like you'll get your wish if we get another kickoff goal for Berrobot.
The important part is, for this match to be over fast, it has to all go to one bot, and I do not expect that to happen, meaning that we may be in for the long run here, guys.
I think we had the exact same kickoff twice in a row. We have a different kickoff here, but it almost had the exact same scenario as Berrobot, almost able to get a goal from there. KoromoBot managing to get some good challenges. Berrobot, though, almost managed to hit it past both of them. As Berrobot just turns around and manages to score that. What the heck?
Both bots decided... I mean, it's such Rocket League fashion. They went to opposite boost, and that is Rocket League right there.
Parting the sea.
Boost over ball. It's the right move.
Both bots deciding, shall I defend the net or go for boost? I think boost, as they just both managed to leave the goal wide open for Berrobot to just turn that around. As Berrobot again with an open net here from KoromoBot leaving it wide open. I think both bots they both went for the same boost. Oh. No. Oh my.
I was gonna say what Berrobot changed, but I don't think Berrobot has changed anything here. I think KoromoBot has just decided, I've had a taste of boost, I'm going with it, and just keeps going for this boost. But the kickoff goals continuing to go in favor of Berrobot, as we have somehow, in the space of about 3 minutes, gone from a 2-2 game to 7-2 in favor of Berrobot.
Berrobot almost another kickoff goal there, as KoromoBot panics and manages to get it away, but Berrobot still with possession here could get a good opportunity as the other one collects, hits it almost over. Both KoromoBots up. Uh-oh. They're both going to go for boost. No, they didn't go for boost. Okay. Berrobot manages to get the second goal there, as the double commit unfortunately led neither of them to being available to save that, as we have a mercy rule in favor of Berrobot.
I've got to say, I'm not a fan of the double commit, but that touch from Berrobot to beat out both of those KoromoBots was an amazing touch. He just was that much faster, got them both on the same ball. They were both then out of position, out of boost. Who'd have known? They probably would have gone for boost if we'd have given them a bit more time. But Berrobot slamming that ball in to take the mercy rule and bringing us to potentially the final game of the night. If Berrobot wins this, It is a 2-0 sweep. If KoromoBot wins this, we get our first game 3 of the night. And it's
As
not a great
Berrobot gets an immediate first goal. I bet when Berrobot hit that over both KoromoBots at the end of last game, both of the KoromoBots' first thought was, damn, if only I had more boost.
Exactly. The answer to all of life's problems is more boost, and there is no other answer.
Berrobot just consistently winning these kickoffs here as both KoromoBots double commit again. Berrobot has a good opportunity, but with a very light shot. I doubt that. Okay, never mind. That's going to go in. KoromoBot, I want to watch this. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Oh, God.
The unfortunate team bump there. Just gets blasted out of the net by his teammate.
Watching that,
Ooh.
I'm almost caught up as a ball on the ground because it should not be happening like that. They should not be just letting these easy goals go in,
here we go.
although KoromoBot, I'm just that used to Berrobot scoring. He gets a goal, he's done it.
Let's go. It's worth mentioning that KoromoBot also finally won that kickoff, which I think is the first time I've seen KoromoBot win a kickoff in a really long time, and it also happens to convert a goal from it. So maybe KoromoBot just needs to lock in on these kickoffs. As it wins another kickoff, this could be a good opportunity. Will it be able to keep on the pressure? Berrobot hits it center. This could be a good opportunity, but both KoromoBots back in net. With a nice counterattack, though, this could be an opportunity if the other one comes upfield. But Berrobot gets there first. Another opportunity, unfortunately, wide.
Now,
Ooh.
I don't know what's changing on these kickoffs, because usually when you've got this far into the game, especially with how many super fast kickoff wins we've seen from Berrobot, usually the kickoffs are relatively consistent, but those two kickoffs were a massive swing in the the momentum of it went from almost being instant kickoff goals to all of a sudden kickoff goals in the other net, and a beautiful goal line block from Berrobot. It's off the post, and KoromoBot blocking the follow-up shot.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what was that. What was happening there? KoromoBot manages to get over one Berrobot, but the other one's there, hits it accurately towards the net, but the other Berrobot hits it to the side as it's now going back towards Berrobot's own half. As they're trying to collect it, hits a backward shot. This could be a good opportunity for KoromoBot, but instantly blocked by Berrobot as they manage to, not quite get it in the net. Oh, and a very good save. This could be a good counterattack. KoromoBot just needs to collect this and shoot, and they manage to get the second goal. What a counterattack.
I think a tactical mistake from KoromoBot there. I think he should have gone for the boost.
That's true. No, that's true. Yeah, there was a clear mistake there. They didn't go for enough boost, actually, so that goal doesn't count because he didn't have enough boost, so
What has changed?
I don't know. KoromoBot manages to win that kickoff very strongly in its favor. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I have a feeling both these bots are using default Red Utils kickoffs. I know Red Utils kickoffs. They're not purposefully varied. To the extent there's variation, I don't know what the heck it is, to be completely honest. But it seems like there's just a little bit of variation as we now have Berrobot getting the kickoff goal this time.
I would assume your variation comes from potential dropped frames here and there that just
Probably.
slightly change, like barely anything, but obviously enough for it to not be constantly repeating, because otherwise we would I was about to say we'd be seeing a much more one-sided match, but as I was saying that, a beautiful snipe from Berrobot and the goal line save just isn't there. He had it predicted but was too far behind the line.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm looking at these percentages on the kickoff, and yeah, they are not 100% throughout the entire kickoff. So that's probably what it is. Ooh, Berrobot, a good shot there, as both KoromoBots unfortunately not able to get the save there. I have no idea why they're dropping frames. I mean, it's not like the kickoff code should be very intensive.
Hello?
Is your computer dying, East?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's rigged it!
Uh-oh.
Rocket League
No!
crashed. Okay.
Oh, uh-oh.
I think CodeRed, we figured out why the frame or why the percentages may have been dropping.
The frames are being dropped.
What it means is it was East PC crying out for help.
Yeah. Okay.
What does the
Guess we're
percentage mean?
restarting.
The percentage is what percentage of the like frames the bots are able to like to process and send their inputs for. So if like their percentage is at 50% and we're running at 120 frames per second, then yeah, what if they run at 120 frames or not, or how many frames they're actually considering. So if they're at 80%, for example, they're still running pretty well, but it can lead to variation between stuff. Like I would say for red utils at least, I don't notice significant performance like in terms of how well the bot is actually performing unless it's like lower than like 60%, maybe 70%. I don't know. It consistently gets lower than 60% sometimes, at least depending on the PC. But doesn't seem to affect it too much most of the time. Anyway, I don't remember what the score line was.
Yeah,
in that
does
game. I
anyone
think
remember
Berrobot
the
was up.
score line?
I
5,
kind of want to say
3.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say too. So I feel like that's probably right.
Eldest,
Anyone in
bringing
chat
up
could feel free to correct us.
Eldest bringing up a good point. I did mention the fact that nothing had gone wrong yet, and something had to go wrong. So at least it waited until the last game to happen. Nah, the food isn't getting cold. Don't worry, Eldest. We haven't gone and got the food. We're going to the chippy after I'm done here. Don't worry.
Okay, so imagine
yes,
the
it
score is
crashed
5-3.
And the time left was
Yeah.
2 minutes 36. If you want to go for the time as well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
half a
that
match, and the current scoreline is 5-3.
Do we not have admin controls in RLBot? Is it not done in LAN? Pause the game. Oh no, there
yeah.
isn't.
No, we
Oh.
don't.
What the hell?
So are we just gonna play this out, or are we just?
No, we'll play half a
5-3.
match.
Oh, okay.
And you have to remember what the score is.
Just
Okay.
remember, 5-3.
It's 5-3. Okay, guys, it's 5-3. Ignore the fact that it says 0-0. It's 5-3. Berrobot has 2 more goals to make up. As unfortunately, that's not a good start. Berrobot.
6-3.
It is now 6-3. Wow, look at that score line. We have 3 more goals before Mercy.
We may be on track for the 10-goal match here, depending on how this game results. We do also have to remember that it is now 7-3, but we also have, about a minute and 40 left as well, time-wise, before we reach halfway through the match. So 7-3 is our current scoreline, despite what the scoreboard says, and about a minute 40 left is what our time that we have is.
As we have another kickoff won by Berrobot. And KoromoBot unfortunately went for a save there, but couldn't quite get there in time. As Berrobot's going to get their 8th goal? Yeah, 8th goal.
8-3 is now the scoreline.
So 1 goal away from Mercy already. I say already, but we're 4 minutes into this match. Or how many minutes into this match? I don't know.
3.5, I think.
Alright, well, anyway. Berrobot hits a backward shot there as they're ping-ponging it back and forth. KoromoBot going for a interesting redirect. Not sure what it was trying to do there, but, it looked kind of cool. Berrobot shot. KoromoBot saves it, but unfortunately both KoromoBots overcommit, and that could have been a goal, but Berrobot hits it to the side. As
That is
Berrobot
an open net.
manages to get the last goal, and we have Mercy rule.
With approximately a minute left in the game, a final scoreline of 9-3. Even though it says 4-3 on the scoreboard, 9-3 is the final result. That is the Mercy rule. Berrobot taking the series in a sweep, similar to, I believe, every other match we had tonight. sometimes that's just how RLBot goes. If a bot wins one game, they win both games. But definitely some very, very good matches out there, especially game number 2 between Stardust and Phoenix. That was a very, very close game.
Yeah, Stardust and Phoenix. That was really that if we were gonna get a game 3, it would have been in that series. Wish we could have seen it because that would have been really exciting. We also had Xasthur and NoobBlack game 2. Actually, both games were pretty good with Xasthur versus NoobBlack, but that were pretty close. Also, King and BB game 2. Basically, the games where we didn't have just basically a mercy rule shutout from one bot were pretty fun to watch. As though that will be it for the matches for today, I believe.
Yes, that is.
But this is also, yeah, just want to point out, this is of course not the last time we are seeing these bots. Even those that are losing just goes to the lower bracket, and we'll see those play again next week on next Saturday. So even if your favorite bot lost today, it has a chance to come back and maybe redeem itself. But yeah.
Yeah, we have Cerberus versus KoromoBot, Beast versus NoobBlack, and Azure versus BB in the lower bracket, which is going to be very exciting to watch.
Yeah, and next week is also the week where we are playing King versus Xasthur and Stardust versus Berrobot, the match 8 and 9. I think that will be some very good matches. You should tune in for those.
Definitely. And speaking of tuning in, make sure to tune in tomorrow, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Is it 5 o'clock again tomorrow for the machine learning bracket?
It
Or
is
5 o'clock,
yeah,
British time anyway.
5 o'clock UTC. So same time, same place.
Yep.
We will ping you if you're in
Different
the Discord.
people.
So
same time tomorrow for machine learning. Yay!
And then we are also moving on to the lower bracket. No, because it's not playing tomorrow.
No, okay.
It didn't lose.
Oh, it's not playing tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, then we'll see some other exciting machine learning bots tomorrow for everyone who wants to tune in.
Yeah. Let's call it a day. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you had a nice time. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.